Друзі, всім привіт! Сьогодні буде одночасно дуже болісне і дуже цікаве відео для всіх вас. Ми будемо говорити про вкрай важливі речі, які торкаються України внутрішньо і зовнішньо в політиці. Проте за проханням багатьох іноземних знайомих та зацікавлених людей у випусках сьогоднішній буде англійською мовою. Про те, щоб інша частина з вас, котрі буде трохи важко мене розуміти, зможе читати субтитри. So, hello everyone there. It is Patrick and I would like you to pay full attention to this, as the first part of the video isn't as pleasant and happy as the second. We are gonna talk about 27th of June, the day which every one of you have remembered or will remember. KREMENCHUK. So, it was approximately 15:57 on Kiev time when I heard the notification sound on my phone from one of the most reliable and fast social media channel Trucha Ukraina, notified about at least 2 strikes in Poltava Oblast, right to the place of numerous number of people. Holding on for an hour, it says, KREMENCHUK, uncountable number of mortal. This is hell. Saying you, I was shocked. It means saying nothing, because in 5:30 there come the first videos and photos of horrible and fully damaged building, shopping mall called Amstore. That was the minute which I dedicated to come to my thoughts and just try to pray for those people, who according to officials were under the blockage from wreckage. I would just want every man or woman who sees this video share it with your friends, colleagues, relatives and people you might know to have a look what the nation of Russia, who call our people and president drug addicted, Nazi, abnormally alcoholic people have done. I'm showing you these photos so you might already, who isn't yet, change your mind and understand till the rest of the days that there are no more diplomatical, democratic, or even friendship relationships between our countries. Russia had a chance to communicate with the power of Vladimir Zelensky and Ukraine and set the consensus tone of discussions from the very start of the war. However, they have chosen the other way, the way which destroyed already at minimum 18 people, injured 59 and no more than 40 are went missing in that KREMENCHUK disaster.
Да нет там никакого теракта, ни взрыва. Я же здесь был, я просто не знаю, но я знаю, что мы много раз это говорили, показывали это с беспилотников, видно, когда размещают оружие, удары, комплексы РСЗО, артиллерию, тяжелую технику вообще, в жилых кварталах, еще где-то. Но просто так по полям у нас никто не стреляет и не бьет. Как правило, это делается по результатам разведанных целей. И уверен, что в этом случае было все то же самое. Ну, прячут же технику, которую особенно с Запада доставляют во всякие ангары, в рынке, на рынках, на заводах, в цехах, где технику ремонтируют или там приводят в порядок после длительного периода перегонки там из той же заграницы. Ни по каким гражданским объектам российская армия ударов не носит. Нет необходимости. У нас есть все возможности для того, чтобы определить, что где находится. И при наличии современного высокоточного оружия большой дальности мы достигаем этих целей.
Collecting all the facts I could be possibly provided, I was reading by the lines the news about G7 summit, about which we're going to talk with you a minute later. I read USA and Germany want the war to be ended in a diplomatic way. I am so sorry, guys, but how do you actually see this war to be ended at the table of negotiations? Just how? Tell me please. Look how this is gonna be. For example, Russia will propose to cut off the big parts of Ukraine, including the whole chunks of Luhansk and Donetsk, Kherson, part of Kharkiv Oblast, and Melitopol, on exchange for what? For what? What could Ukrainian side possibly move to onto the table? The paper which will be included a place of Putin's signature not to continue, not to take Kiev, Zaporizhia, Odessa, Mykolaiv and so on? It's a crap. I am saying this fairly as the man who understands quite good in politics and the man who is an Ukrainian by passport and by heart. No chance. People who I am able to talk with saying that they are tired from the war, and statements of world leaders who are and will be helping us with the humanitarian and forceful needs. Why don't you think about those people who haven't seen their families for 126 days on the time I am filming this because of fighting for a chance for you to say something out loud and breathe? I am completely a man of diplomacy and democracy, but this is not the case. What we are observing now is a complete backstabbing, destroying and bullying of Ukrainian people. So please, just think twice, thrice, or even if it needs to 100 times before you blame everyone internationally who could see how worse is the situation inside Ukraine. Finally, I'd leave these photos of orcs, monsters, and uncontrolled retarded creatures who pushed the start button on a command office of missile Ha-22, which was striked right to Amstel. Now, finally cooling all of emotion that those animals caused to me, I'd like to move to the very important for people from Europe and especially Ukraine news. G7 summit and its conclusions from 26 to 28 June. There was a lot of fun on that summit, by the way, including the evidence of splendor of British humor demonstrated by Boris Johnson, who asked whether the leaders need to be wearing a jacket or to put it off, as the famous barbarian loves to be naked in front of officials, sitting on a horse. The things that I would like you to bear in mind is the support of Ukraine, which relying to Bloomberg will be provided indefinitely. We will continue to provide financial, humanitarian, military and diplomatic support, was said in a statement text. Next thing to mention is a brilliant declaration by Charles Michel, the President of European Council, which I will read to you just after the most important detail about one alien, which Ukraine needs most, but unfortunately we couldn't afford it happen right now. I am talking about Jens Stoltenberg and his decision to yet welcome Sweden and Finland to NATO, which was the furor to all pro-Russian politics and representatives and journalists as they all counted on the president of Turkey, Erdogan, who in fact banned the intentions of Scandinavian countries to enter the ally, but in the last minute retracted his words. During all of this, NATO soldiers will be put and rise on a territory of Georgia, Finland, Sweden, Spain, UK, Lithuania, Poland, Romania, to be aware of and be ready for next attack. Now we could move to Charles Michel words. Ukraine needs more and we are committed to providing more. This comprises more military support, more financial means, more political support. We are also committed to support Ukraine's reconstruction. As regards sanctions, the EU has imposed 6 packages of hard-hitting sanctions against Russia to curb Russia's ability to wage war. The most recent package imposed a few weeks ago will ban 90% of Russia's oil imported into the EU by the end of this year. This war is also reshaping the EU. Just a few days ago at our latest European Council meeting, we agreed to give Ukraine and Moldova candidate status. And we are ready to grant candidate status to Bosnia and Herzegovina and to Georgia, once reforms have been addressed. We've been talking about this in previous video, by the way, so I'd like you really to click here or here so as to see that video and just observe. We support the efforts of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to reopen maritime routes to help in such way that this also addresses Ukraine's security concerns. And we support global initiatives such as those taken by the Global Alliance for Food Security. The European Union is currently working to mobilize nearly 600 million euros to support those partners who have been most affected. Energy security will also feature in our decisions and discussions, as energy security is yet another example of the destructive impact of Russia's war. The war has further destabilized energy markets. In the European Union, we have decided to phase out our dependence on Russia's fossil fuels. To do this, we are diversifying energy sources and promoting energy efficiency. In this regard and in the longer term, climate neutrality is our guiding process. Now you could see clearly how it works. Europe and West are not working for Ukraine, as most Russians would say. They are working with Ukraine. And as a matter of fact, you could see that by an update about NATO, which was saying that the Ukrainian representative on the NATO summit in Madrid stated that Ukraine suits NATO standards, and that means quite a lot. This way, I am 100% sure that we are on the right course. The world is preparing us on the right way, and the help that we are taking now would obviously benefit the new Ukraine, the Ukraine of modern sites, modern ideas, modern outlook, and the Ukraine of modern people. Thank you so much for watching me. I would be 1,000 times thankful if you'd like this video and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you soon.